In a relationship with an avoidant, it is you versus their independence, and their independence will win every single time without fail. They view your emotions, your needs, your expectations as threat to their independence. If they let you in too closely and they get vulnerable with you, that threatens their emotional independence. If you express needs and boundaries and have expectations, well, now you're trying to control them. And when you're trying to control them, you're threatening their independence. They do not want to be responsible for your emotions. They don't want to be responsible for showing up for you. They don't want that responsibility or that burden at all. The fear of losing their independence is really one of the core attachment wounds of a dismissive avoidant or a fearful avoidant that leans heavily dismissive. And they look at everything in the relationship through the lens of my independence. And healthy relationship behaviors, things that are normal, like emotional closeness, vulnerability, communication with each other, expectations, even disagreements, all trigger that I'm going to lose my independence wound. And this really does go back to their childhood. This is a person that had little to no control over their lives as a kid. Their emotional needs weren't met. They grew up in households where you couldn't talk about feelings. And they were often thrust into adult-like roles before they were ready for it. Maybe having to be a caretaker for a parent or a relative or a younger sibling. Things along those kind of lines. Their needs weren't met and they lost their independence as a kid. So now all they want is their independence, and they see the threat to their independence around every corner. Losing their independence is a threat that lives under their bed. It's the boogeyman in their attachment world. So the way that they soothe themselves and the way that they reclaim their control and independence, the control they never had as a child, is by creating emotional distance between themselves and their partner, withdrawing emotionally from the relationship, pulling away, or exiting the relationship altogether. If you're showing up as a great partner to a dismissive avoidant or a fearful avoidant that leans heavily dismissive and they pulled away, it's not because you did anything wrong. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong at all. It just means that healthy relationship behaviors, if you were showing up in a healthy way, triggered this person and triggered their fears that they were going to get smothered and lose their autonomy to somebody who's ultimately going to reject them. Because deep down, due to these wounds, they feel like they're not enough. They feel like they're not good enough for you. So they protect themselves by creating emotional distance as a way to reclaim their independence, as a way to reclaim their autonomy, by withdrawing emotionally from the relationship, pulling away, even abruptly discarding a partner to get that independence back. It's a reflection of them, not of you. If you showed up and you were consistent and loving and they did this, it's because of their wounds and their lack of self-awareness. They do struggle to self-reflect. They do struggle to look within because they avoid dealing with anything that's uncomfortable to them, including threats to their independence. And because they avoid all this stuff, they're often completely unaware that the issue is them.